that package of chicken breasts in your refrigerator might be up to 15% saltwater, and you paid full chicken prices for every drop of it. The reason they can do that comes down to a stack of labeling loopholes at the USDA, the same agency that lets a company brag no hormones on a bird when no chicken in America is allowed to have hormones in the first place. They're banking on you reading the big words on the front and never turning the package over. And the stakes are real. In 2013, a salmonella outbreak traced to a single chicken brand sickened more than 600 people across 29 states and put nearly 4 in 10 of them in the hospital. Here's the thing, I'm going to show you 3 brands that are honest to goodness real chicken, including one you can grab at Costco. So today we're walking through 6 chicken brands and practices you should walk right past, and 3 that are actually worth your cart. If you're tired of being lied to by the food industry, hit subscribe. You're going to want to share this one. So what does real chicken even mean? It's almost insulting how simple it is. Chicken. 1 ingredient. No injected solution, no salt water, no broth pumped in to fake the weight. Ideally a bird raised without a daily dose of antibiotics and cooled with cold air instead of a tank of chlorinated water. So why does the real version cost more? Because the cheap tricks all save money. Plumping a bird with salt water adds weight you get to charge for. Chilling birds in big water tanks lets the meat soak up water you also get to charge for. And leaning on antibiotics lets a producer raise more birds faster in tighter quarters. Take those crutches away and the chicken costs more to make. And here's the part that should bother you. The word natural on chicken only describes how it was processed, not how the bird was raised. No hormones is true of every chicken in the country, so it tells you nothing. And get this, raw chicken is legally allowed to carry salmonella because the government doesn't classify it as an illegal contaminant. That's why a brand can be tied to an outbreak and still stay on the shelf. So before we name names, grab a package of whatever chicken you've got and turn it over. I'll tell you the 2 things to look for in a few minutes. Skip number 6, enhanced/plumped chicken. Number 6 isn't one brand, it's a practice hiding in plain sight across the value shelf and a lot of store brands. It's called plumping or enhancing. Look at the package, turn it over and read the fine print near the weight. If it says enhanced or contains up to 15% chicken broth or lists a solution of water, salt, and sodium phosphates, that's the engineered substitute. Editor, confirm the exact percent solution/retained water line on the specific package shown. Circle it, hold 3+ seconds. That chemical GOP is injected straight into the meat. What you get is a bird that's heavier on the scale and saltier on the plate. The water cooks right back out, but you already paid for it by the pound. A serving of plump chicken can carry a few hundred extra milligrams of sodium you never asked for. If you've been buying enhanced chicken every week for a year, a real slice of that grocery bill bought you salt water. Advocates estimate Americans hand over around $2 billion a year for the added weight. And if you thought paying for water was bold, number 5 charges you a premium for words that mean absolutely nothing. Skip number 5. The 100% natural/no hormones brands are number 5. The big labels built on the words 100% natural and no hormones. Sanderson Farms ran that natural campaign for years, and plenty of others followed. Here's the real kicker. Natural, on a chicken, is a processing word. It means no artificial ingredients were added after the bird was slaughtered. It says nothing about antibiotics, nothing about how the bird lived, nothing about quality, and no hormones. Every chicken in America is hormone-free by law. So a brand bragging about it is selling you a feature that every single competitor has too. What makes this particularly cynical is the price. You're paying a premium for a green-sounding label, and the label is marketing wallpaper. They're banking on the word natural, doing all the work in your head. And if you thought meaningless words were the bottom, it's number 4 charges extra for a promise about animal welfare that landed it in court. Skip number 4, Perdue. Number 4, Perdue. The brand with the friendly farmer in the ads and the words humanely raised on the pack. Here's the receipt. Those welfare claims didn't go unchallenged. Animal welfare advocates took Perdue to task over its humanely raised labeling, and the company ended up walking some of those claims back. And on a separate front, Perdue agreed to pay $14.75 million to settle claims that it conspired with other producers to hold down what chicken farmers were paid. Editor, confirm current humanely raised label status on the specific pack shown. What you get is conventional industrial chicken with a warmer story on the front than the back end support. Look at the ingredient list and the raising claims and ask whether the premium matches the proof. If this is already saving you from a bad shop, do me a favor and hit subscribe. We publish one of these every week, and if a welfare label in court sounds bad, number 3 got tied to one of the worst chicken outbreaks in modern memory and still wouldn't pull its product. Skip number 3, Foster Farms number 3. Foster Farms. Here's the receipt, and it's a heavy one. From 2013 into 2014, Foster Farms chicken was tied to a salmonella outbreak that sickened 634 people across 29 states and Puerto Rico. 38% of them were hospitalized, about double the usual rate, and these were antibiotic-resistant strains, which is exactly what you'd worry about from heavy antibiotic use on the farm. What makes this particularly grim is what didn't happen. For roughly a year, Foster Farms issued no recall. Because remember, salmonella on raw chicken is legal. Federal inspectors did temporarily shut one of its California plants over filthy conditions before the company finally pulled some product. And here's a fair bit of context. In Europe, they won't allow the chlorine rinse that American plants spray on chicken carcasses to knock down surface bacteria. The European Union banned that chemical wash, just not here. And if an outbreak that dragged on for a year sounds bad, number 2 recalled nearly 9 million pounds at once. Skip number 2. Tyson, number 2. Tyson, the biggest name in the aisles and a near certain resident of your freezer in some breaded form. Here's the receipt. In July of 2021, Tyson recalled roughly 8.9 million pounds of ready-to-eat chicken. Strips, diced, fully cooked products shipped to stores, schools, hospitals, and nursing homes. Over Listeria contamination. That outbreak was linked to 1 death and additional illnesses. And get this, Tyson also sat at the center of the chicken price fixing scandal. It was the company that turned cooperator for the Justice Department's investigation into producers rigging the price of your chicken, and it paid out civil settlements over it. What you get on a normal day is industrial chicken from the largest operation in the country, which means everything that goes wrong at 9 million pound scale. And if a giant recall sounds like the worst of it, number 1 didn't get a recall. They got a criminal conviction for fixing the price of the chicken in your cart. Skip number 1. Pilgrim's Pride number 1. Pilgrim's Pride. Here's the receipt, and it's the one that should make you angriest because it hit your wallet on purpose. In 2021, Pilgrim's Pride pleaded guilty in federal court to a criminal charge of price fixing, conspiring to suppress competition and rig bids on broiler chicken. The company paid a criminal fine of $107 million. The scheme ran for years, and it touched the price of chicken sold to grocers and restaurants all over the country. That means for a stretch of time, the chicken in your cart may have cost more than it should have. Not by accident, but by agreement. This is the brand that takes the top spot, not for a bad bird, but for a court record. They didn't contaminate your chicken. They picked your pocket. All right, go to your refrigerator or freezer, grab any package of chicken, and bring it back. I'll wait. Got it? Don't read the front. The front is advertising. Turn it over and do 2 quick checks. First, look for a solution statement near the weight. If it says enhance, marinated, contains up to 15% solution or X% retained water, you're holding a plump bird. You're paying for salt water. Real chicken says no solution added, or better yet, air chilled. Second, find the hormone line. If the front brags no hormones, flip to the small print and you'll see the asterisk admitting that's true of all chicken. That asterisk is the tell that the front of the pack is selling you nothing. Good result, 1 ingredient, no solution, ideally air chilled. Bad result, a percentage of added solution in a wall of feel-good words. That's an engineered substitute wearing the word chicken. Now, if you've made it this far, here's the payoff. 3 chicken brands that are actually what they say they are, and one of them you can pick up at Costco without hunting down a specialty store. Real number 3, Kirkland Signature. Organic number 3 is the Costco one I promised you. Full honesty. This is Costco's own Kirkland Signature label, so there's no founding family to tell you about, and I'm not going to invent one. Why it belongs here is what's on the package and what's not. The organic seal does real work. A USDA organic chicken was raised without antibiotics, on organic feed, with outdoor access. And there's no injected saltwater solution padding the weight. Here's the proof you can verify. The USDA organic seal, an ingredient line that reads chicken, and no % solution statement anywhere on it. What real people say, members buy it because it's the cleanest chicken in the building at a warehouse price, not a boutique one. Where to get it? Costco, in the refrigerated meat case. Kirkland Signature Organic, big plain pack, green organic seal. Real number 2, Mary's, Pittman Family Farms. Number 2, Mary's, from Pittman Family Farms in California's Central Valley. The story starts in 1954. when Don Pittman began raising free-range turkeys and chickens. His son Rick carried it on and named the birds after his wife Mary, a woman who spent 25 years reading every label she could find after additives in her own food made her sick. Today, the third generation, David and Ben Pittman, run it. Why they stayed real: they air chill their birds instead of soaking them in chlorinated water, which means no absorbed water padding the weight, and they raise without antibiotics. Doing it this way costs more, and the family decided that was the point. In 2013, Mary's became the first poultry producer verified by the Non-GMO Project. The proof on the package: air-chilled, Non-GMO Project verified, and welfare certifications you can actually look up. Mary's likes to say these are the chickens Mary would feed her own family. And here's the kicker: you can stretch a real bird further than you think. Buy one whole air-chilled chicken and break it down yourself in about 10 minutes. 2 breasts, 2 thighs, 2 legs, 2 wings, and a carcass for stock. You'll pay less per pound than the plumped parts and get several meals from one honest bird. We'll put a Knife Skills link in the description. Where to get it? Natural food stores and many West Coast grocers. Look for the name Mary's and the words air chilled. And if this ranking is useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the algorithm. Real number 1, Bell and Evans and number 1. Bell and Evans. This one I get a little excited about. It's the oldest branded chicken company in America, with roots back to 1894 in Pennsylvania. Then in 1986, a farmer named Scott Seckler, a man who started raising his own flocks at 7 years old and kept asking why the birds needed so many drugs, bought the brand and reinvented it. He told his father he'd rather not sell chickens at all than raise them the way the industry did. Why they stayed real is almost stubborn. In 1998, Bell & Evans became the first major producer in the country to raise its birds with no antibiotics, years before the rest of the industry pretended to catch up. And since 2005, it's air-chilled 100% of its birds with cold air, never a chlorinated water bath. That matters because water chilling can leave a bird carrying up to 12% of its weight in absorbed water. Air chilling adds none. The proof on the package is the cleanest in the case. No antibiotics ever, 100% air-chilled, one ingredient, chicken. Can check. What real people say: cooks who switch describe the difference the first time they roast one. The meat browns instead of steaming in its own released water. Where to get it? Whole Foods and a growing list of grocers nationwide in the navy and white packaging. It's the bird a lot of chefs quietly buy for themselves. Here's the one thing worth remembering tonight: the front of a chicken package is a sales pitch, and the back is the truth. And real chicken is one ingredient with no solution injected and no water soaked in. The worst of today's list is Pilgrim's Pride, which pleaded guilty to a crime and paid a $107 million fine for rigging the price of your chicken. The best is Bell & Evans, with no antibiotics, no added water, and a one-word ingredient line. So here's your one move on your next grocery run. Turn the package over before it goes in the cart. If you see contains up to 15% solution, put it back. Next week, we're cracking open the egg carton because the words cage-free, free-range, and pasture-raised mean wildly different things, and one of them is closer to marketing than to a meadow. Drop the chicken brand you still trust in the comments. We're building the list together. Hit subscribe if this changed how you shop today. We'll see you in the next aisle.